Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Kathy Rain. Last episode, we spoke to Goober, who apparently starred in some really bad movies. Let's head into the Conwell Springs Community Clinic. Actually, hold on. Is there more stuff over here? There is. Not much. Man, this place has seen better days. This is like a real rundown Main Street. We got some magazines.
Thanks. Women's magazines make my brain melt.
Well, isn't that what they're supposed to do?
A calendar from 1991. Guess they really liked that year.
Well, that was a good year. It was a good year.
I can't read it from here. A computer. They likely keep records of their patients on it.
Something tells me that I'm going to have to get on there.
Pretty sure she would object to that.
I mean, she might, but you don't know.
Rows and columns of files. Probably easier to use the computer if I need to do some digging.
I mean, if you don't want to have fun.
Uncomfortable, hard plastic chairs. It's like they're intentionally trying to keep people out.
They might be.
Was expecting plastic, but this looks like a real plant.
Wow.
She looks bored out of her mind. Pretty understandable, to be honest.
Let's see if I can go take a look at the notice.
I can't read it from here.
Yeah, I am, like, right on top of it. Well, I can go upstairs and see if there's anything else. Oh, an ashtray.
Smoking allowed. Guess this place is a bit behind on healthcare regulations.
That's pretty bad.
Smoking allowed.
All right, nurse. What do you got to tell me? Hello?
Excuse me, nurse?
Hello?
Hey, nurse! Yeah?
You know, you're sitting here at the reception table. You probably shouldn't have earphones on. They don't pay you much, huh? Try not to strain yourself. Somebody around here hates their job. Yeah, I'll go with that one.
Somebody around here hates their job.
No shit. What do you want?
I just wanted to talk.
I'm here to see Charles Wade.
Never heard of him. Anything else?
Bullshit. I know he's here. Listen, it's okay. I'm a friend of the family.
Yeah, and I have absolutely no proof of that.
No, you're not, and I said he's not here. Don't make me call security.
How do you know I'm not a friend of the family?
What a bitch. I need to get rid of her somehow.
Well, let's just try going upstairs. Well, I can just go upstairs.
No point. I wouldn't even know what room to go to.
Just look in them all. Alright. Well, let's start showing her different things.
I don't want to show her that.
Yes, I do.
I wish, but she'd just call security on me.
Well, not if she's stunned.
I don't want to show her that. Time for a smoke break, don't you think?
What?
You smoke?
No way. Those things will kill you.
That is true. Alright, well, she doesn't want, a cigarette.
I don't want to show her. I don't want to show her. I wonder what this unlocks.
I still haven't figured that out.
I don't want to show. I don't want to show her. I don't want to show. I don't want to.
Okay. Alright, I didn't think any of those would work, but,
I can't do anything.
I didn't mean to use it on the computer.
I prefer to smoke outdoors. I don't see how those things work. I don't want to burn that.
I mean, I kind of do, though.
I don't want to burn that.
Alright, not sure that any of these would do anything for me. Let's see if our friendly neighborhood goober will help us out here.
Hey, Doofus.
Oh, hi!
Oh, hey, that is his name. Live performance.
So, how good an actor are you?
The best! The very best!
I mean, he acted well in the vomiting scene back at the sheriff's station.
You know, that nurse in there, she said she loved you in all those movies.
Yeah.
And that she always wished you'd give her a live performance.
Yeah, especially the Jacob's bladder one.
I knew it! She always gave me these strange looks.
I think those are probably because you're strange.
I thought it was contempt, but her face must just be cramping up from shyness.
No, I'm pretty sure you had it right the first time, but go ahead.
Yeah, that's definitely it. She'd love to see you act, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to oblige. Which movie do you think she'd like the best?
Oh my god. Oh, yeah, I gotta go with Jacob's bladder.
Definitely Jacob's bladder.
This is gonna be bad.
I'm feeling the pressure. Oh, Jenny, everything is forgiven. You and me were like peas and carrots. I'm just so full of your love that I think I'm about to burst. Jenny, where did you go? I don't feel
Oh, sorry.
so good.
Clicked out of the window.
Thank you. You've been a great audience.
I don't think she cared.
That wasn't really an electrifying performance. I'll have to intervene somehow.
Alright, well, first of all, I am going to save it, because, if we hit one that works, I think we're going to want to load back up and try them all.
Hey, Doofus.
Oh, hi.
Live
Hey.
performance.
Sure. Any suggestions?
Silence of Lambert.
Probably The Silence of Lambert.
Oh, I'm gonna be loud.
Oh, please do.
Oh, Consuelo. How I wish I could speak. I have so
It's not very silent.
to say. My chest, no. It can't be. Hold me. Thank you, thank you. You've been a great audience.
I don't think she's caring one bit. Okay. Yeah, I think she was right about having to intervene, but I want to go through them all.
Hey, Doofus.
Oh, hi.
Hey.
Live performance again.
How about another show?
Sure. Any suggestions?
How about The Usual Surprises?
How about The Usual Surprises?
Business as usual.
Let's see how bad this one is going to be. I'm not even sure that he's B-list. I think he's more like C-list. Or
You know why?
Y-list.
What's that smell? Bacon?
Mmm,
Oh,
bacon.
Bobby, my head hurts. I'm seizing. Thank you, thank you. You've been a great audience.
Just completely ignoring it entirely. Well, that definitely didn't work.
Hey, Doofus.
Oh, hi.
Hey.
All right.
How about another show?
Let's
Sure.
try again.
Any-
Natural bald killers?
Natural bald killers would be the obvious choice.
Of course.
Bald move.
Terrible. Well, let's see how this goes.
Fernando, you've been such a good friend. I can't thank you enough for making me whole again.
Hole.
Turn this scalp into a breathtaking golden carpet, such as the world has never seen.
Well, that's just creepy.
Okay, Doctor, I'm counting down now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Thank you, thank you. You've been a great audience.
I mean, she hasn't been. Achievement unlocked. Film buff. Excellent. I wonder if any of them in particular work better, or if I just need to intervene.
Hey, doof.
Oh, hi.
Okay,
Hey.
live performance. Let's go with Jacob's
Definitely.
bladder again. So Electrifying tells me that we might want to do some shocking.
Oh, Jenny, everything is forgiven. You and me were like peas and carrots. I'm just so full
Good idea,
of
but
your
it wouldn't match his
love
symptoms.
that I think I'm about to burst. Jenny, where did you go? Oh, I
That
don't
won't help
feel
his
so good.
performance.
Thank you, thank you. You've been a
Okay.
great audience.
Ah, I know, actually. Okay, so Goober, Doofus, whatever your name
Hey,
is.
doofus.
Oh, hi.
All right, live performance
Hey.
again,
Sure.
and the usual surprises.
How about the
Business.
This one will match the symptoms. I mean, he might have urinated on
I
himself
can't
with
believe you
the
guys did all this for me.
other one.
You know, what's that smell?
Do,
Bacon?
do, do, do.
Oh, Bobby, my head hurts.
nurse? He's seizing.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you better take care of him.
Man, I feel like a total jackass. I'll have to make it up to the poor guy later.
Yeah, I mean, he has been nice, I will grant you that, but he also did... I mean, yeah, he was really nice. He vomited on cue multiple times so we could get to Lenny's phone and files. See if I can look at
Employee of the month,
notice
Carlita Mendez. Ugh, what a joke. It's that obnoxious nurse.
Well, maybe it's the only employee.
Employee of a computer. They
Let's go ahead and use it. Username and password. I have an idea. This explains why we still have the boot disk. So much memory. Yamato SDS-40. Is that a reference to Space Battleship Yamato? Let's go ahead and extract the admin password. C. Mendez and Otorgador. I need to actually write this down. I'm gonna remember that spelling. I have bad memory, so. Alright, C. Mendez and Otorgador. Nothing about Torgo, huh? Alright, exit and shut down. Okay, that is going to be C. Mendez. And down here, Otorgador. Let's go ahead and log in. Okay, let's see, just Wade? Charles Wade, date of birth 8/14/24. Wow. 8/24/95. Referral from Dr. A. Friedman, St. Francis Medical Center, KC, Kansas City. Patient has undergone a successful invasive heart surgery and was transferred to this facility at his own request. The initial prognosis looks good, and the patient is likely to make a full recovery in 6 to 8 weeks. Status stable, room 6B. Alright, how about Rain? Joseph Irving Rain. 3/17/24, 9/18/95, 8/16/81. Patient was brought in by law enforcement in a state of confusion. It's just living in a land of confusion. No apparent exterior trauma. Pupil dilation normal, unresponsive to other stimuli. Possible stroke, referring to neurologist for further diagnosis. Status deceased. Myers. Was it just Meyer? Lily Meyer? No. Anyone else that we can think of? Lenny. If I do Charles, will that pull up, No, it won't. Redman. Nope. Alright. I think we got what we needed.
Rows and columns of file.
Alright, let's go upstairs. Sneaky, sneaky. Hello.
It's all right, Claude.
Understood, sir.
Wow, that was kind of surprising. You know
So,
me?
you managed to find me.
Yeah?
I did.
Well, let's get this over with then. How do you want your pictures? Shall I get some tubes to fill my face with? Will that suffice for your front page?
Oh, you think I'm just a random reporter?
I'm no journalist. Well, not yet anyway.
Ah, she's but a cub. So, you're hoping for your big break. Surely this must be worth an internship at one of the big papers. Do you want me to call Thompson at the Times and get it over with? I still play golf with him every once in a while.
That would be super handy, but, how do you still play golf? That's not what this is about. It's personal. Boom. No. You're assuming a lot, Mr. Wade. I don't need to piggyback on favors. I make my own way. That's not what this is about. It's personal.
That's not what this is about. It's personal.
Which could go so many different ways.
Sounds serious. Perhaps I should ask Claude to produce his gun.
I don't know, is this gun a movie?
You know, Charles, the person most likely to be harmed by a gun tends to be its owner.
That's true.
Very true. That's something the Japs who captured me learned the hard way.
Aw, now there's no need to be racist.
Did my grandfather bail you out then too, or was that one of the few times where he didn't save your sorry ass?
Was there ever a point when that was established that... Oh.
Hold on there. Explain yourself.
Yeah, see, maybe you should have asked who I was before just jumping to conclusions.
You're willing to listen to something other than your own voice? I'm stunned.
Wow.
I'm Kathy Rain. Joseph was my grandfather.
Now I remember. You were at the funeral.
You were at the funeral, too? Guess I didn't pay that much attention to the other people since I couldn't actually look at them.
I was.
You were late.
I needed my morning smoke. Besides, it's not like Grandpa was going anywhere.
Oh, just look at her, Claude. She's absolutely fearless. That's Joseph's blood running through her veins.
Not sure that Claude cares.
She certainly has a smart mouth, sir.
I must say, you have me intrigued, Kathy. What can this old man help you with?
Well, first of all, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
He's being cooperative at the moment. I shouldn't push my luck.
It could be so much fun.
I don't need to show him that.
I'm still curious what BH is.
I don't need to show him. Do you recognize this, Charles?
Of course. Your grandfather, me, Jimmy Cochran. Taken shortly before we went to the war.
Alright, Cochran is cocky.
That guy's name is Jimmy Cochran?
Yes. He used to go by the nickname Cocky. He was a coward, really. The nickname is somewhat of a bad joke.
Ah, I see.
I mean, someone can be a coward and be cocky at the same time. Okay, Jimmy Cochran.
Do you know what this key opens?
You must be truly desperate if you ask random people question like that.
No, it's an adventure game. I'm required to do this.
I don't need to show.
I don't need to.
What do you see in this picture, Charles?
Oh, the end times. His end coming.
Fireflies would be my best guess. They can grow terribly large around these parts.
I don't think they grow that large.
Do you know what this is?
A flower? Why don't you consult a botanist instead of bothering me with this nonsense?
I am curious if you know anything about the flower itself, whether it has anything to do with your predicament and my grandfather's predicament, sir.
I don't need to show him that.
Yep, I want to. Well, let's go ahead and ask him about the incident in 81.
Do you know anything about what happened to my grandfather in 81?
I wish I did, Kathy. You must know I did everything in my power to help.
Such as?
How do you think Mary Elizabeth could afford all that expensive treatment? MRIs, neurologists, say what you will about Joseph. But he was never rich.
I mean, there's insurance.
Strange. Grandma never mentioned that to me.
She's just too proud. At first she refused. She was convinced that I had an agenda, that there were strings attached.
There may have been.
And were there?
Don't be silly. Despite all that had happened, I still loved Joseph dearly. I wanted to help.
I mean, just because you don't make the strings explicit or obvious or quid pro quo type thing doesn't mean that there aren't strings attached.
People from places like this have a deeply rooted mistrust in the rich, passed on for generations.
Wouldn't know it by their voting records.
In her eyes, I had become one of them.
So that's all you know about the whole affair?
Are you implying that there's more to know? I left the diagnosis to the professionals. Mrs. Rain accepted the health care, but asked me to stay out of everything else. So I did.
I see. What can you tell me about your friendship with Grandpa?
And how it broke up.
Joseph was the best friend I ever had. We grew up together, married our high school sweethearts together, went to war together. I can't even begin to count the number of times he's saved my life. I repaid the favor once or twice, but he came up ahead, no doubt.
So, when did you two lose touch? I heard that something happened between you and him. What was it?
I am very curious as to this.
The truth is, Brian Rain happened. Sharon Evans happened.
What? Her parents? The kids?
My parents?
Yes. They ruined everything with their vile, destructive behavior. I couldn't have that around my daughter or my newborn grandson.
That is really, really, really harsh, actually.
Joseph was naive. He believed that anyone could be helped, that anyone could be reasoned with, given a chance. He was just too good, bless him. He should have been harder on Brian, more strict.
Not sure that would have done much good. I agree with him about tough love. Tell him Grandpa is not to be blamed. I'm gonna go with that.
It's hardly Grandpa's fault. He did everything he could to set my father straight.
Oh, I never claimed to doubt Joseph's commitment, but I'm not going to ignore his flaws either. Your grandfather often used his heart when he should have used his head.
You're probably the type that would have used corporal punishment on the kids, huh?
You say that like it's a bad thing.
I believe it is, objectively. But I shouldn't speak ill of the dead.
I mean, you kind of already have been.
Eventually, my company grew much too large for this little town, and we moved on. Not long after that, your grandfather ended up in that wheelchair. That marked the end of our friendship, for obvious reasons.
I'm guessing the fact that he was unresponsive to outside stimuli may have had something to do with it. Okay, well, I'm not going to go ask about Lily Myers yet. Let's ask about Jimmy Cochran first.
Tell me about Jimmy Cochran. Is he still alive?
In a literal sense. He's been held in a mental institution for years.
Oh, goody. I want to go there.
Let me guess. Since 81?
Either 82 or 83. I'm fairly certain it was early 83.
Do you remember the name of the institution?
Something starting with an E. Emerson, Everton, or similar.
Emerson, Lake and Palmer?
Ingstrom? Ingstrom Psychiatric Hospital?
Yes, that's the one. You know the place, Kathy.
Oh, is that where she committed her mother? Tell them the truth about Mom, make something up. Tell the truth.
I do. My mother is in there. Sharon Evans? I had her committed about a year ago.
I see. It must have taken a lot of courage to do that, Kathy. Mothers have a lot of power over us. More than most of us care to admit.
I guess so. Do you know why Jimmy ended up in there?
Some obsessive-compulsive syndrome. He became fixated with circles and started hurting himself, trying to scratch the circles out of his head.
That's definitely not like my OCD.
Creepy. I wonder what set him off. I think I'll check the place out tomorrow. Too late to head back to the city now.
Haven't you only just gotten up? Church of the Holy Trinity, do you know anything about that?
What can you tell me about the Church of the Holy Trinity?
They seem like any other church to me. But then again, I'm not their usual clientele. Weddings, baptisms, and funerals are just about what I can muster. And I always leave early.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and ask about Lily Myers.
You bought a number of paintings by Lily Myers. Why?
I'm known to dabble in art from time to time. Martha, my wife at the time, was enamored with the paintings. I believe she first saw them at the high school which the Myers girl attended. Anyway, after the poor girl killed herself, I bought the paintings speculatively.
I kinda suspect there's more to it than that, though.
When a young artist with any talent to speak of commits suicide, it can be a wet dream of certain connoisseurs. Shortly after procuring the art, I had it valued by an expert who determined that the value was 3 times the amount I bought it for.
So, in other words, you're telling me that you kind of screwed over the family.
Today, I'm sure I would have made my money back tenfold or more if it wasn't for the art theft.
What?
What art theft?
There was a burglary at the mansion I used to own here in town. It was all over the local news at the time.
I feel like someone might have mentioned this to us. If it was really all over the news.
Well, shit.
Eloquently put.
Lily Myers' art. Stolen?
Can you tell me about the art theft?
Well, somebody broke in, stole the paintings, and got out. Fairly clumsy job. Lots of broken windows.
That's all they stole?
The strangest thing was that I had a Monet, a Rembrandt, and 2 paintings by Picasso, untouched.
Yeah, this wasn't suspicious to you at all?
But every single painting by an unknown local artist, gone.
That can't be a coincidence.
No, definitely not.
Agreed. Somebody wanted those paintings badly.
I assume there was an investigation.
Yes, Sheriff Truman came by with his deputy a few hours later, but they didn't have much luck.
Why have I still not had an opportunity to go speak with Truman?
They found a few hairs, which turned out to be from Ruffles, the family dog.
You named a dog Ruffles. Was it like you just couldn't bring yourself to name him Waffles?
Some stunning police work right there.
Indeed. There was a single witness, though, who said he could make out multiple burglars leaving the scene of the crime, but nothing more than that.
Who was this witness?
So, I take it the case was closed?
Yes. I honestly didn't care much one way or the other, given the fact that my most expensive pieces were safe and sound.
I think I'll have a chat with the sheriff about the matter, if that's okay with you.
Certainly. I'll call ahead and instruct him to give you everything you need.
Oh, is this not going to be Truman? Is this going to be the actual current sheriff?
That'd be great. Thanks, Charles.
Anytime. But I'm curious, what's your interest in the paintings?
I've learned that my grandfather went to Sue and asked to see them, right before he had his injury.
Was there anything... maybe he can tell me if there was anything about the artwork that stuck out to him.
Is that so? Strange.
Nope. Alright.
Thanks, Charles. That's all I need for now.
You're welcome, Kathy. Come back anytime.
Well, that's handy. There's a gramophone over here. and Claude. But we're going to take a break here. When we come back next time, we'll take a look around the room a little bit more. See if there's anything else that we can... any other information that we can get before moving on. We still need to head to the church, and we need to now head to the sheriff's office, I assume, unless we get the new location, a new location for Sheriff Truman. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.